Ladies and gentlemen, guess what? We have a massive video to get into today, right? We have new Switch 2 updates, rumors, leaks, all the good stuff, Nintendo Direct updates. I'm even going to do a game giveaway during this video. And I'm sure I'm forgetting some other stuff, like Red Dead Redemption 2 coming to the Switch 2. Yeah, it's that kind of video. Let's go and get right into this. So, as it stands right now, unless this morning Nintendo announced something, which they, I guess, in theory could, it doesn't look like there's going to be a Nintendo Direct this week. Now, it does seem like we're going to get a partner showcase at some time just because there's too many games that have leaked out, over 20 at this point. So, we need a partner showcase. But would those third-party games go to a general Direct, which also gets third-party games? That's actually starting to become a possibility. And if that is the truth, which we'll talk about a Nintendo Direct leak, a very credible one in this video, that next General Direct truly might be the biggest Nintendo Direct of all time. So we have a very exciting video today. Before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep these communities growing. And let's just go ahead and get right into this. So the first thing I would like to do is talk about Yoshi in the Mysterious Book. Which, in my head, I'm still saying Yoshi in the storybook because, you know, I just like that better. So I thought about reviewing this game because I was able to have access a little early to play it. And while it is better than I thought it was going to be, because I played the demo first at like Target and thought, okay, it's pretty cool. But now spending some time with it, I think it's better than I thought in some areas. And then it's also like, I don't want to say worse in some areas than I thought, and you know what, I'll just say this. Maybe it's not the kind of game I'm looking for right now, right? So personally, you know, I would give it about like a 6 or 7 out of 10. And maybe you care about what I have to say about the game. But across the board, reviews are in right now, and I'll be putting those on the screen. And I'm sure this is updated at the time of this video actually releasing. But it's got some 6, some 7, some 8s, some 9s, and some 10s, or a 10. You know, some people are giving IGN some stuff, rightly so, about a lot of things like, oh no, IGN giving another crappy review, it got a 6. I actually kind of think that's a fair review for Yoshi in the Mysterious Book. Yes, it's geared towards children, maybe a little bit too much in my opinion, but I will say this, if it's on your radar, I do think it's worth picking up. I really think Nintendo did a fantastic job with it. It's just not what I'm personally looking for in a new Yoshi game, right? I like a little bit more challenge. But the art style and graphics, music, all that good stuff, 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Just the overall, I guess, way the concepts are executed and like the real foundation of the game, it's a little lacking for my taste. Now, we also have some exciting news coming out of, well, I don't even know where it's coming out of. But Nintendo is returning to Gamescom this year, and I think last year might have been the first year they came back in quite a while, at least that's how I remember it. Or actually, was it like in 2024 that there was a rumor that the Switch 2 is being shown off behind closed doors at Gamescom in Germany? At least I think that's what I remember, right? It's been so long. But it is cool to see Gamescom is hosting Nintendo again and they're returning. And I think this might be like the first big announcement of Gamescom. And I think this normally happens like August, September, sometime around there. So this is cool. I think last year they showed off essentially stuff that we were just all waiting on. I think Elden Ring was even shown off. I know Metroid Prime 4 and games that we already knew about or that were already out at that point. So I don't think there's going to be too many big surprises this year. But I will say that it is cool that they are returning. And I do think there'll be something here or there, right? That's like, oh, okay, that's pretty exciting. I don't know about any exclusive announcements. But, you know, with the way Nintendo is trending and the Switch 2 getting a price increase, because this price increase will have happened, I think, about that time. Maybe Nintendo will announce a brand new game at Gamescom. Maybe this is one way they'll offset like the bad negativity surrounding Nintendo currently, just because of the way the market is and the way the world is moving. So normally I would say don't expect much at Gamescom or any other convention from Nintendo, but maybe things are just a little bit different now, and maybe we can expect something. And quickly, I want to talk about a really cool success story and also give away a game that has to do with that story. So recently, a game came out on the Switch 2 called Sectori. I talked about this in like an upcoming games video for May. Yeah, I thought it looked very interesting. But the guy who worked on this game spent over 4.5 years working on it, and the Nintendo Switch 2 version of that launch changed everything. He says, "I'm happy now to report with Sectorio on Switch 2's launch, I've pretty much recouped a living salary for myself too." And those total sales are about 30,000 copies. So, it's just really cool to see a game find another audience on the Switch 2. And I always say that some games feel like they're supposed to be played handheld. And I thought this game was great. I've already actually gave away 2 or 3 copies of this game. So yeah, to some random person in the comments here or one of my Instagram followers or whatever, I'll be giving away another copy of this game later today. So if I were to ask you, what is one of the most anticipated games that you want for the Switch 2 that's been rumored for quite a while that has not been announced yet, even though there's been tons of rumors, like I said, it just never happened. Couple things here and there, but one game that would come up over and over is Red Dead Redemption 2, and I do think this is inevitable. Now, another game that I always, I gaslighted myself. I always said, oh man, it sucks that we never got this on the Switch because it can't run on the Switch. But it's not true. I don't even know why I started to believe that. That game is Grand Theft Auto 5. If we were to get either one of these games currently on the Switch 2, it would be awesome. But what if not only we get these games on the Switch 2, we also get these games on the Switch? I don't know about that, right? But allegedly, and it's not even alleged, I don't know why I use that word so much, but apparently, the people who ported some other Rockstar games are trying to get this rolling or would like to make this happen on the Switch, and then obviously the Switch 2 as well. So in 2017, Virtuous brought L.A. Noire to Nintendo Switch, and the port specialist says it would like to do the same for multiple other major games developed by Rockstar. Red Dead Redemption was ported to the Nintendo Switch in 2023, and the Grand Theft Auto trilogy was also ported, which, kind of crappy port there, but it was fixed entirely, I believe. Now, as far as I know, I don't think Virtuous did the Red Dead Redemption and GTA trilogy ports, but I know they did L.A. Noire, and that is a fantastic port. It's a game I've actually thought about picking up again. I haven't played it since like 2020 or something. In an interview with Pocket Tactics, developer Virtuous reflected on bringing L.A. Noire to Nintendo Switch. In the 9 years since, the studio has worked on several other games, including Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. It hasn't worked on another game developed by Rockstar, but the team is eager to adapt Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption for the Nintendo Switch, should the opportunity present itself. While Virtuous clearly wants to bring these games over to Nintendo platforms, the ball is firmly in the court of Rockstar. It's worth noting that Double 11 handled development of the Switch version of Red Dead Redemption, which is a phenomenal port. And I don't know if it says right here who handled the GTA trilogy, which, like I said, that was almost comical when it first came out, but it did get a bunch of patches and is definitely a lot better now. So this is cool that Virtuous is putting that out there, saying like, hey, we would like to port these games over to the Switch. And while I can see both sides of the coin or the argument, because Nintendo's saying, hey, we're going to keep the Switch around for a lot longer now and get people to transition to the Switch 2 at their own pace instead of trying to like force everybody over there. It would be cool, I guess, to get maybe GTA 5 on the Switch. Red Dead Redemption 2, I just think it's not even worth putting it on the Switch. But obviously, if for whatever reason, neither one of these games made an appearance on the Switch, the next best thing, and the most logical answer, is the Nintendo Switch 2, right? I just think the longer they wait to bring Red Dead Redemption 2 over to the Switch 2, like, yes, it's still gonna sell, and if it's a great port, it's gonna do just fine. But I think the longer they wait, it's just like, man, these games go on sale all the time for like 10 and 15 bucks for physical copies on Xbox and PS5. It's going to be a hard sell reselling Red Dead Redemption 2 for $60 or $70, especially knowing it's probably going to be a game key card on the Switch 2. So yeah, I would like to see these sooner than later. So it's cool there's an actual conversation happening. Now let's talk about a Nintendo Direct leak. I know, oh my god, I've never heard such things before. Are you serious? A leak about a Nintendo Direct? Especially coming from your channel? Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just here to share what I find with you guys. So you've probably already seen the big leaks about a massive Nintendo Direct probably coming in June from a bunch of other people or publications or journalists or YouTubers or whatever. And it just makes sense. We probably have a Direct every single year in June, a first party one. So yeah, we could probably expect that. Now, with us not getting a partner showcase, which could still happen in May, you never know, right? It still could happen, but with that not happening and us having so many announcements just waiting to be revealed, which is crazy at this point, we still have not seen a shadow drop, a trailer, or anything from all these games that were leaked out, third-party ones. Kind of crazy. If it's not going to happen in a partner showcase, this next General Direct, I think, is going to be absolutely massive. So this is coming from, I think, a podcast Jeff Grubb was on, which is a pretty reliable insider, right? I'm hearing there'll be a Nintendo Direct by mid-June. Now, I think they also say they don't know if it's going to be a partner showcase or a General Direct. I think a General Direct obviously makes the most sense, and it's something that happens more times than not in June. But obviously, with the way Nintendo's playing stuff now, you never really know anymore, right? But like I said, if we do not get a partner showcase from now until mid-June, in some way, somehow, all these 20 plus games have still not been revealed or released, or we've heard nothing else from them, we can assume if there is a General Direct in June that these games will be shown off in June as well. So let's just say, with Nintendo promising what they said about the Switch 2 getting a price increase, and we're sorry, and they promise a robust lineup of Switch 2 games, stuff that, we've heard rumors about, but other stuff that's just going to be surprises. Even this year, it's like, okay, well, Nintendo's saying that they really got to go out on the Switch 2 to make the price increase worth it. Then we have 20 plus games that have not been revealed yet. Then we have stuff that we kind of know about, but we're still waiting on other official announcements like Ocarina of Time remake, some more Fire Emblem Fortunes Weave news. This next Nintendo Direct, not even for the sake of like all of us dumbass people online, like, oh my god, they gotta say something and it's gotta be crazy. Not even for the sake of that. Nintendo has to go all out in this next Nintendo Direct. They gotta make you want to buy a Switch 2. Or if you have a Switch 2, they gotta make you want to say, hey, this was expensive, but this is a lineup. These are games I want to play, and it was worth getting the Switch 2. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? Because your opinion matters most. So in the comments below, I would love to hear from you guys. We talked about a lot. So let me know what you guys are thinking. And if you made it to this part of the video, if you could do me a favor, hit a like and subscribe on the way out. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter or both on the way out, and consider becoming a channel member, because we stream every single Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern time right here on my channel. So I hope to see you over there tomorrow at the next stream. And you guys know me, I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace.